The Magical Pillow Adventure. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house on Maple Street, lived a curious and imaginative boy named Kim. Kim was known for having a magical pillow that could take him on incredible adventures every night when he went to bed. This wasn't an ordinary pillow, it was soft and fluffy. But it also had a special power. When Kim closed his eyes and held it tight, the pillow would whisk him away to the most extraordinary places and the wildest adventures. One night, as the moon cast a gentle glow through his bedroom window, Kim held his magical pillow close and wished for an adventure. He whispered, "I wish to go on a magical journey tonight." In an instant, the pillow began to shimmer and Kim felt like he was floating in a sea of stars. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a lush, enchanted forest. Giant trees stretched high into the sky, their leaves twinkling like emeralds. Kim couldn't believe his eyes. He was standing in a world of magic and wonder. Butterflies danced around him, and fireflies lit up the path ahead. He took a step and felt the soft, mossy ground beneath his feet. As he walked deeper into the forest, he noticed a small, friendly creature peeking out from behind a tree. It was a talking squirrel named Squeaky. "Hello there," Squeaky chirped. "I'm Squeaky, the forest guide. Are you here for an adventure?" Kim nodded with excitement. "Yes, I am. My magical pillow brought me here." "What kind of adventure can we have today?" Squeaky led Kim to a sparkling river, where they climbed aboard a magical leaf boat. The boat glided smoothly on the water, taking them through a tunnel of glowing fireflies. It felt like sailing through a sea of stars. They arrived at a meadow where colorful birds sang sweet melodies, and playful rabbits hopped around. Kim and Squeaky joined in the fun, dancing and laughing with their new furry friends. As the day turned into night, Kim felt a gentle tug from his magical pillow. It was time to return home. With a promise to come back to the enchanted forest, Kim said his goodbyes and held his pillow tightly. In an instant, he was back in his cozy bed on Maple Street. The magical pillow had brought him safely home, leaving him with memories of the most extraordinary adventure. From that night on, Kim's magical pillow continued to take him on incredible journeys. Each adventure was different and filled with new friends, lessons, and endless wonders. And so, in the comfort of his own room, Kim discovered that the greatest adventures could be found in the world of dreams, all thanks to his magical pillow. Oliver and the Talking Teddy Bear. Once upon a time, on Elm Street, in a peaceful neighborhood, lived a small kid named Jimmy. In many respects, Jimmy was an ordinary youngster, but he had one exceptional buddy who was always by his side, Teddy, a talking teddy bear. This was not your average teddy bear. Teddy possessed the extraordinary capacity to speak, advise, and most importantly, listen. His soft, fluffy appearance concealed a heart of intelligence and generosity. Jimmy and Teddy became buddies after Jimmy received Teddy as a birthday present from his grandma, Zoe. They had no idea that this seemingly insignificant present could result in endless experiences and critical life lessons. Jimmy was playing in the park one lovely morning, Teddy safely cuddled under his arm. Teddy turned to Jimmy as they sat on a bench watching the children play and said, "You know, Jimmy, true friends are like the sun. Even on the cloudiest days, they beam their light on you." Jimmy smiled and hugged Teddy tightly. "You're my best friend, Teddy," he replied. Jimmy and Teddy decided to embark on a special adventure, a kindness adventure one day. They gathered canned items from their pantry and headed out to assist others in need. They called on the doors of elderly neighbors, exchanged smiles, and distributed food to needy families. Teddy whispered encouraging words to Jimmy, telling him that giving is one of life's greatest joys. As they returned home, Jimmy felt a sense of fulfillment he had never experienced before. "Teddy, I want to make kindness our everyday adventure," he declared. Chapter 3: Courage to Speak. Jimmy was in a pickle at school one rainy afternoon. Sarah, one of his classmates, was being teased by a gang of kids, and Jimmy felt it wasn't fair. He summoned the resolve to defend Sarah and put an end to the mocking with Teddy's help and direction. Sometimes Jimmy, Teddy, said quietly, being a true friend means standing up for what's right even when it's difficult. Jimmy's acts motivated others to follow suit, and compassion quickly became the standard at their school. Chapter 4. Imagination. Jimmy and Teddy went on an imagined excursion one evening as the sun set over Elm Street. As daring pirates, they sailed the high seas as astronauts. They explored the furthest reaches of the universe, and as fearless explorers, they tamed strange beasts. Teddy taught Jimmy that the power of imagination had no bounds via their travels. It was a key that opened the way to creativity and invention. Chapter 5. Lessons. Every day, Jimmy and Teddy continued to learn and grow together. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into years, Teddy emphasized the importance of finding lessons in everyday situations. Planting a garden taught them patience, puzzles taught them resilience, and listening to others taught them empathy. Jimmy became a better person as a result of his friendship with Teddy. He had learned to be gentle, courageous, and sympathetic. He had discovered that great friends are always available to guide, support, and, most importantly, listen. Rex's magical night in Candyland. Once upon a time, in a small town called Sweetville, there lived a young boy named Rex. Rex was well known for his voracious, sweet tooth. When he saw colorful candy, his eyes would light up like fireworks, and he could name every flavor even with his eyes closed. Rex's love of sugar was so well known that he was dubbed the candy connoisseur. Rex was walking home from school one beautiful afternoon with his rucksack bouncing when he discovered a curious invitation on his doorway. It was a golden ticket with elaborate patterns that read, "Dear Rex, prepare for a night of wonder and sweetness beyond your wildest dreams. Follow the golden path at the edge of the forest at exactly p.m. Your adventure awaits. Sincerely, the Candyland Guardians." Rex couldn't believe what he was seeing. He was giddy with delight. He dashed inside to inform his folks of the magical invitation. "You must go, Rex," his mother replied, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "It sounds like an incredible adventure." Rex followed the golden path into the woodland as the clock struck p.m. The trees murmured candy and sugar secrets to him, while fireflies illuminated his path. Rex felt as though he were entering a dream. He soon arrived at a clearing where the most incredible sight awaited him. It was Candyland, a land totally comprised of sweets. There were gumdrop mountains, lollipop trees, and chocolate rivers as far as the eye could see. When Rex realized he wasn't alone, his heart skipped a beat. The Candyland Guardians, a collection of candy-themed monsters, welcomed him with open arms in Candyland. Caramel the Caramel King, Gummy the Gummy Bear, Minty the Minty Mouse, and Toffee the Toffee Turtle were among the characters. "Welcome to Candyland, Rex," they chimed in unison. Rex couldn't contain his joy. Together, they embarked on an adventure that no candy lover could resist. First, they sailed down the chocolate river on a candy boat, using licorice ropes to steer. Rex dipped his hand into the river and tasted the most delicious chocolate he had ever experienced. Then they climbed Gumdrop Mountain, one gumdrop at a time. Rex found himself in a candy cloud at the summit, where he could scoop handfuls of cotton candy straight from the sky. Following that, they went to Marshmallow Marsh, where Rex created a fluffy marshmallow snowman and cooked marshmallows over a campfire. Rex's pockets filled up with sugar treasures as the night progressed, but he observed something unusual. The Candyland Guardians taught him crucial lessons about balance, moderation, and sharing. While Candyland was stocked with unlimited goodies, "You see, Rex," Caramel the Caramel King stated, "sweets are wonderful, but it's important to enjoy them in moderation and to share them with others." Rex nodded, comprehending the profundity of their statements. He realized that sharing candy with pals made it even more enjoyable. Candyland's night was filled with laughter, sweetness, and newfound friends. But when the clock hit 12 o'clock, Rex realized it was time to go home. Rex bid his new pals farewell with a heavy heart, promising to return Omade. He took the Golden Way back to Sweetville where his parents awaited him. Rex came home with a candy bag and a heart full of memories. He'd experienced Candelen's charm and learnt valuable lessons about balance and sharing. Rex began to appreciate his candies with a newfound appreciation after that, savoring each sweet moment and sharing his joy with everyone around him. And when he went asleep that night, he knew his experience in Candeland would be a treasured memory for him, a magnificent night that had taught him the genuine sweetness of life. And so, in the quiet town of Sweetville, Rex's love for candy was matched only by his love for the lessons he had learned on his unforgettable journey in Candeland. The Little Rabbit Who Couldn't Fall Asleep. In a cozy burrow beneath a tall oak tree, there lived a little rabbit named Gia. Gia was known for her bright, curious eyes and her fluffy white fur that glistened like freshly fallen snow. However, there was one thing that made Gia different from all the other rabbits in the burrow. She couldn't fall asleep at night. Every evening, while the other rabbits nestled comfortably in their burrows, Gia would toss and turn in her soft nest of leaves and twigs. She would watch the moonlight filter through the leaves, listen to the gentle rustling of the forest, and gaze at the stars twinkling in the night sky. Sleep simply eluded her. One moonlit night, as Gia lay wide awake, she noticed a soft, squeaky voice coming from a nearby thicket. It was Zox, a small gray rabbit with floppy ears and a twitching pink nose. "Can't sleep again, Gia?" Zox asked with a yawn. Gia sighed. "Yes, Zox, it's every night. I just can't seem to fall asleep like everyone else." Zox hopped over and nestled beside Gia. "You know, Gia, I used to have trouble sleeping too. But then I learned a trick from the wise old owl in the forest." Gia's ears perked up with curiosity. "A trick? What is it?" Zox whispered. "The secret is in finding the perfect bedtime story. A story that takes you to dreamland, where the most wonderful adventures await." Gia's eyes sparkled. "A bedtime story? That sounds delightful. Will you tell me one, Zox?" With a nod, Zox began a story about a brave squirrel who embarked on a journey to find a legendary acorn that could grant wishes. As Zox wove the tale, Gia's eyelids grew heavy and her breathing became steady. Before she knew it, she had drifted into a peaceful slumber. The next morning, Gia woke up with a big smile on her face. She had slept through the entire night, and her dreams had been filled with acorn adventures and wishes come true. From that day forward, Gia couldn't wait for bedtime. She would snuggle into her nest of leaves, and Zox would tell her the most enchanting bedtime stories. Each night, Gia would journey to different lands in her dreams, swinging from vines in the jungle, soaring with birds in the sky, and exploring hidden caves filled with treasures. As time passed, Gia learned to appreciate the magic of the night. She realized that sleep wasn't something to fear. It was a gateway to a world where her imagination could roam freely. She cherished her nighttime adventures with Zox and looked forward to each new story. One evening, as Gia lay in her nest, she whispered to Zox, "Thank you for helping me, Zox. You've turned my sleepless nights into the most wonderful adventures." Zox smiled and nuzzled Gia. "That's what friends are for, Gia. We help each other just like the wise old owl helped me." And so, in the quiet burrow beneath the tall oak tree, Gia, the little rabbit, learned that sometimes all it took to find sleep was a good friend and a captivating bedtime story. From that day on, she closed her eyes each night with a heart full of gratitude, ready to embark on new adventures in the world of dreams. As for Zox, he continued to be the storyteller of the burrow, making sure that every rabbit had sweet dreams and peaceful nights. And in this way, the little rabbit who couldn't fall asleep found the sweetest dreams of all, right in the heart of her cozy burrow beneath the tall oak tree. Twinkle, twinkle, little star's secret. A girl named Leela lived in a delightful little town situated between rolling hills and a sparkling river. Leela had brilliant, inquisitive eyes that twinkled like stars in the night sky, and she liked looking up at the heavens. Every night before bed, she would stand on tiptoes stretch her arms high, and sing the classic song, Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Leela often wondered what made the stars twinkle and how they managed to stay up in the sky, so far from reach. Her questions were as endless as the universe itself, and she longed to uncover the mysteries of the stars. One clear, moonlit night, as Leela sang her favorite rhyme, something remarkable happened. The tiniest star in the sky, a star named Stella, heard Leela's sweet voice. Stella had always been curious about the world below, and she decided it was time to reveal her secret. With a gentle flicker, Stella descended from the heavens and landed softly in Leela's open palm. Leela gasped in amazement as she held the little star in her hand. "Hello, little one," Stella twinkled warmly. "I am Stella, a star from the vast sky above. I've come to share a secret with you, Leela." Leela's eyes sparkled with wonder. "A secret? What is it?" Stella began to shimmer with a soft, radiant light, casting a warm glow around Leela's room. "You see, Leela, stars are not just distant specks in the sky. We are beings of light, and we have stories to tell." As Stella spoke, Leela felt a connection she had never known before. It was as if the entire universe had opened up to her. She listened intently as Stella shared tales of distant galaxies, ancient constellations, and the cosmic dances of stars. Stella's stories carried Leela far beyond her bedroom walls. Together, they visited the swirling clouds of the Milky Way, danced with comets, and watched the birth of new stars in the stellar nurseries. With each story, Leela's understanding of the universe grew. She learned about the life cycles of stars, from their fiery births to their spectacular supernova endings. She marveled at the beauty of nebulae and the grandeur of black holes. But Stella's most cherished story was about the Starlight Bridge. It was a bridge made of pure starlight that connected the sky to the earth. When Leela closed her eyes and wished upon a star, her wishes would travel across the Starlight Bridge, where they were stored until they could come true. Leela was awestruck by this revelation. She realized that every time she sang to the stars, her voice was carried across the bridge, where her wishes twinkled like stars in the night sky. From that night on, Leela and Stella became the best of friends. They spent countless nights stargazing, sharing stories, and sending wishes. Across the Starlight Bridge, Leela's heart was filled with wonder, and her dreams were as boundless as the universe itself. As the years passed, Leela grew older, but her friendship with Stella remained unchanged. She never lost her sense of awe and wonder for the cosmos. And she carried the secret of the stars in her heart. And so, in the charming little town between rolling hills and a sparkling river, Leela continued to sing her favorite rhyme each night, with the knowledge that her wishes would always twinkle, twinkle, like little stars in the sky. For Leela had discovered the secret of the stars, that they were not just distant lights but friends who listened, shared, and made dreams come true. And as Leela looked up at the vast, twinkling sky, she knew that her connection with the universe would shine as brightly as the stars themselves, forever illuminating her life with wonder and possibility. Kids solve mystery of missing pets. In a lively neighborhood nestled between towering oak trees and colorful houses, there lived a group of friends who were known for their boundless curiosity and their love for solving mysteries. These friends, Lily, Max, and Mia, had grown up together and were inseparable. One sunny afternoon, as they played in the park, they overheard worried whispers from the adults. Pets were mysteriously disappearing from the neighborhood. Cats, dogs, and even a parrot had vanished without a trace. The children couldn't ignore the distress on their parents' faces. Determined to uncover the truth, Lily, Max, and Mia decided to become detectives. They gathered in Max's treehouse, their secret headquarters, to make a plan. Lily, with her keen observation skills, was the first to speak. "We need to find clues, Max. Let's visit the homes of the families whose pets have gone missing and see if we can uncover anything unusual." Max, the tech-savvy member of the team, added, I'll create a map of all the places the pets were last seen. We can use it to track their movements. Mia, known for her kindness and ability to talk to animals, nodded. And I'll talk to the neighborhood animals. They might have seen or heard something. Our furry and feathered friends are great at keeping secrets. With their plan in motion, the trio set off on their investigation. They visited each home where a pet had disappeared, asking questions and searching for clues. At Mrs. Thompson's house, they found a torn piece of colorful fabric near the garden. At Mr. Patel's, they discovered muddy paw prints leading into the woods. Max marked each location on their map, connecting the dots to see if there was a pattern. It seemed the missing pets had all been near the woods at some point before they vanished. Mia, on her part, chatted with the neighborhood cats and birds. They shared tales of a mysterious figure in a long, dark cloak lurking in the woods at night. The animals had seen this stranger on several occasions. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the trio decided it was time to investigate the woods. Armed with flashlights and courage, they ventured into the darkening forest. Their flashlights revealed a path that led deeper into the woods, and they followed it cautiously. Soon, they stumbled upon a hidden cave entrance, partially concealed by overgrown vines. This must be it, Max whispered. Let's go in and see if we can find any clues. Inside the cave, they discovered a collection of pet toys, bowls, and leashes. It was a pet paradise, but there were no pets in sight. They were about to leave when they heard faint meowing. Following the sound, they discovered a hidden chamber where all the missing pets were kept. Safe but scared, their eyes filled with relief as they saw Lily, Max, and Mia. The friends quickly released the pets, and the animals wagged their tails, chirped, and purred in gratitude. Just as they were about to leave, a mysterious figure in a long, dark cloak emerged from the shadows. It was Mr. Stevens, the neighborhood's retired animal shelter worker. He confessed to taking the pets because he missed caring for animals and wanted to create a sanctuary for them in the cave. The children understood his love for animals but explained that what he had done was wrong. They convinced Mr. Stevens to return the pets to their families and work with the neighborhood to create a community pet park where everyone could enjoy the company of animals. With their mission accomplished, the trio became local heroes. The missing pets were reunited with their families, and the neighborhood came together to create a beautiful pet park, complete with playgrounds for children and furry friends alike. From that day on, the neighborhood was filled with laughter, wagging tails, and happy barks. The bond between the children and their pets grew even stronger, and Lily, Max, and Mia continued to be the best of friends and the most trusted detectives in town. And so, in the lively neighborhood nestled between towering oak trees and colorful houses, the friends proved that with determination, teamwork, and kindness, even the most puzzling mysteries could be solved. The best way to make friend. Rhea was a cheerful girl who lived in an overflowing city. Once upon a time, Rhea was known for her warm smile and her talent for making friends wherever she went. She believed that the best way to make a friend was to be a friend. One sunny morning, Rhea decided to visit the local park. She wore her favorite dress, tied her shoelaces with care, and set off with a small basket of snacks. As she reached the park, she noticed a group of children playing on the swings, but one girl stood alone on the side. Her name was Perry. Rhea decided to approach Perry with a friendly wave. "Hi, I'm Rhea. Would you like to join in our game of tag?" she asked with a warm smile. Perry looked surprised but managed a shy smile. "I've never played tag before," she replied hesitantly. Rhea reassured her. "Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you how to play." She explained the rules and tagged Perry gently, starting the game. Perry's initial shyness melted away as she ran and laughed with the others. After the game, Rhea invited everyone to sit on the grass and share her snacks. She knew that sharing was another great way to make friends. Perry joined the circle, and soon they were all chatting and munching happily. As the days passed, Rhea and Perry's friendship blossomed. They discovered they had many common interests, such as painting and collecting seashells. They spent hours at the park, creating beautiful artwork and collecting colorful shells. One sunny afternoon, while they were exploring by the nearby pond, Perry noticed a wounded duckling struggling by the water's edge. Without hesitation, Rhea and Perry carefully picked up the duckling and decided to help it. They took it to Rhea's house and created a cozy nest for the little creature. They named him Dizzy. As they nursed Dizzy back to health, Rhea and Perry learned another important lesson. Helping others is a wonderful way to strengthen a friendship. They took turns feeding Dizzy, reading him stories, and watching over him as he grew stronger. Each day, their act of kindness didn't go unnoticed. The other children in the neighborhood saw Rhea and Perry's compassion and wanted to be part of their friendship circle. Rhea and Perry welcomed them with open arms, just as they had done with each other. Their group grew larger, and they shared adventures, laughter, and the joy of making new friends. Rhea had proven once again that the best way to make friends was to be kind, inclusive, and caring. Years passed, and the bustling neighborhood remained filled with laughter and friendships, all thanks to Rhea and Perry, who had shown everyone that a simple smile, a kind gesture, and a willingness to help could create the strongest bonds of friendship. And so, in that cheerful neighborhood, children learned that the best way to make a friend was to be a friend, just as Rhea and Perry had shown them, proving that true friendship could make the world a brighter and happier place. The Sleeping Beauty. Evergreen, a charming little town, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Nail. She was known throughout the town for her compassion, generosity, and her love for nature. Everyone admired her, and she was often referred to as the beauty of Evergreen. One sunny morning, as Nail was tending to her garden, filled with vibrant flowers, she heard a faint cry coming from the edge of the forest. Curiosity piqued. She followed the sound and discovered a hidden cottage. Inside, she found a young boy named Izhan, fast asleep on a bed adorned with roses. He looked like he was in a deep slumber, and it was as if time had stood still for him. Nail was puzzled and concerned but decided to stay by his side. As the days turned into weeks and then months, Nail continued to care for Izhan. She made sure he had fresh food, clean clothes, and a comfortable place to sleep. She even brought him books to read in the hopes that he might awaken. Every day, she would sit by his side, talking to him, sharing stories, and singing gentle lullabies. She believed in the power of kindness and hoped that her caring nature would one day awaken the sleeping boy. In the town of Evergreen, news of Nail's dedication to the mysterious boy spread far and wide. People admired her even more for her unwavering kindness and her belief that love could awaken the deepest slumbers. One day, as Nail was reading a fairy tale to Izhan, she noticed a tear rolling down his cheek. It was a small sign, but it filled her heart with hope. She gently wiped the tear away and whispered, "I'm here for you, Izhan. You're not alone." As time passed, more tears began to fall from Izhan's eyes. Nail realized that something magical was happening. The love and care she had shown were breaking the spell that had kept him asleep for so long. One sunny morning, as the first rays of sunlight streamed through the window, Izhan's eyes fluttered open. He looked at Nail, and a warm smile crossed his face. "Thank you," he said softly, his voice filled with gratitude. Nail couldn't contain her joy. "You're awake," she exclaimed, tears of happiness filling her eyes. Izhan explained that he had been under a deep enchantment. He had been asleep for many years, and it was Nail's kindness and unwavering care that had finally broken the spell. The news of Izhan's awakening spread throughout Evergreen like wildfire. The townspeople marveled at the power of love and kindness. They realized that these qualities had the strength to break even the deepest of enchantments. Nail and Izhan's friendship grew stronger with each passing day. They explored the forest Tajit, planted more flowers in Nail's garden, and shared their dreams and aspirations. The story of Nail's kindness and Azan's awakening served as a reminder to everyone in Evergreen that love, compassion, and unwavering care had the power to change lives and awaken even the deepest of slumbers. And so, in the town of Evergreen, the awakened beauty and her dear friend Ishan lived happily, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the warmth of their friendship. They continued to inspire others with their story, proving that love and kindness could work wonders, even in the most enchanting of circumstances. The Magic Tree House. Once upon a time, in a lovely neighborhood, there lived two curious siblings named Sarah and Zabe. They were known for their love of books and their boundless curiosity about the world. One sunny morning, as they explored their attic, they stumbled upon an old, dusty book that would change their lives forever. The book was titled The Enchanted Adventures of the Magic Tree House. Its pages were filled with tales of extraordinary journeys to far-off places and ancient times. But what fascinated Sarah and Zabe the most were the stories about a mysterious tree house that could transport you to any place in the world, past, present, or future. Intrigued, the siblings decided to embark on an adventure of their own. They made a list of all the places they wanted to visit and all the things they wanted to learn. With their hearts full of excitement, they opened the book to the first chapter and read aloud the enchanting words written on the page. Open your hearts to curiosity, your minds to wonder, and your spirits to adventure. Say the magic words with belief, and the treehouse will take you wherever your dreams desire. Together, they chanted the magic words, adventures await, take us through time's gate. And just like that, the attic around them transformed. They were inside a magnificent treehouse, high up in the branches of an ancient oak. Their first adventure took them to the time of the dinosaurs. They marveled at the gigantic creatures and learned about the history of our planet. Sarah and Zabe realized that learning could be the most exciting adventure of all. Their next journey led them to a bustling market in a far-off land. They met people from different cultures, tried new foods, and discovered the joy of making friends from around the world. They understood that diversity was a beautiful tapestry that made the world colorful. As they continued their adventures, Sarah and Zabe learned important lessons. In the heart of a dense forest, they befriended a lost baby fox and taught it to find its way home. They discovered the magic of kindness and how helping others made the world a better place. In a medieval castle, they solved puzzles, faced challenges, and learned the value of teamwork. They realized that working together made them stronger and smarter. One day, as they stood on the edge of a beautiful ocean, they felt the breeze against their faces and heard the waves whispering secrets. They understood the importance of caring for our planet and vowed to protect its beauty for future generations. With each adventure, Sarah and Zabe grew wiser and more compassionate. They shared their experiences with their friends and encouraged them to dream, explore, and learn about the world around them. As they returned to their cozy attic, after every adventure, they knew that the real magic was not in the tree house but in the knowledge, kindness, and friendship they gained along the way. They realized that the world was a vast, wonderful place waiting to be explored, and every day was an opportunity for a new adventure. And so, in their attic filled with books, Sarah and Zabe continued their magical journeys, knowing that the most enchanting adventures were the ones that taught them about the beauty of the world, the power of knowledge, and the importance of kindness and friendship.